What is happening? Welcome back to Release Your Inner Power podcast and ways to boost your week with ignited decisions. I'm your host, Shauna B, your go-to hype girl and life reinvention coach. And today we are tackling something I know so many of us are feeling: burnout. Over it. Or I don't have the energy for that right now. If you have ever found yourself running on fumes, snapping at your loved ones, or feeling like no matter how much sleep you get, you're still so tired, girl, I got you. You're not alone. Burnout is real. In this go world, it can feel impossible to slow the heck down. But today, we're going to break it down. We're just going to stick a toe into what burnout really looks like, how to recognize it before it takes over, and what is the most important, how to reclaim your energy and get that spark back. This is what I love to call recharge time. So if you're multitasking right now, pause for just a second, taking a deep breath, and let's get ready to dive in. Here we go. Let's start by talking about what burnout actually is. We hear this word a ton right now, right? But has there been a second to just hit that pause button and really understand what burnout actually is? It's not just about being tired. It is a full body, mind, and soul exhaustion. It's when you feel emotionally drained, totally unmotivated, and even the smallest tasks feel so overwhelming and too much. Does that sound familiar? Right? I remember a time when I hit total burnout. It was like full on. No, not having it. I don't got the time for that. Not feeling it. All the things. I was juggling work, family, all the to-do lists in between, trying to be everything for everyone. And I remember telling myself, I just need to push through. I can do this. This is just going to be hard for right now. If I just get to the end of the day, basically. But pushing through turned into me totally snapping at my kids for asking for a snack or something, just for doing kid things. Like walking into a room even and forgetting, why the heck did I even come in this room? What was I doing again, right? Forgetting why I was even moving in that direction for the first place. And then you got to start over, try again, see if it comes to you, right? And then don't even forget about that, asking myself, what am I doing again? What was I saying again in mid-conversation? And then feeling like I'm not really doing such a great job at all these things. I'm just getting by. I'm just doing the thing to get to the end of the day. It wasn't just being tired. It was a complete mental and emotional shutdown. We're talking for like 3 days. Like, I'm not doing anything. I'm not changing out of my jams. I'm just eating what I need to eat. I'm going back to sleep. I'm laying around doing zero. Okay? And the worst part was I ignored the signs because they're there. What we choose to do with the signs is what we choose to do with them. Push them aside or use them as information to take the next step. And I chose, clearly, to push them aside. Because I thought, I didn't have the time for that. I got the time for that. I got to still do the thing. I had to get things done. I ignored the headaches that I got, or the neck strain, like the neck aches, the tightness and stuff, or the night before dread, like, oh my gosh, I have to go back to work tomorrow, and then I'm not sleeping at night. It was literally the way that my body was begging me to slow the heck down. Just take a couple steps back. Take it easy for a second. Take a break, right? If you're in that place right now, hear my voice in your ear when I say, you do not have to stay there. Burnout land is a miserable friggin' place. So let's back some things up. Let's go to the beginning where we can make the biggest shifts, where we can notice what we're noticing and do something with that information to not get to burnout land. Nobody wants to be there. Nobody wants to live there. Nobody, right? Do you know what your signs are, though? Do you know what your signs are to getting to that place or starting the journey to burnout land? Because sometimes it's hard to slow down to even know that the signs are starting. So what I want you to try is to check in for a few minutes to see if this is you. And then I'm going to share some signs that you may notice where you might be dealing with some burnout, okay? So here's some signs to take a pause, check in, notice what you're noticing. Do you wake up already exhausted? No matter how much sleep you get, you're still tired. You've lost motivation for things that you used to really like to do. You're just not feeling it. You don't want to do the thing. You feel like you're constantly running on empty and you're just, maybe you're the person that's eating a ton of sugar, or I'm going to have another coffee. We're just going to fill up this tank to run the empty thin, right? Small tasks may feel super overwhelming that you can't even start them. You may be more irritable and snapping at the people that you love. Your body may be showing signs. There may be tension. There may be headaches. There may be like tummy issues, like nausea, those types of things. If any of these are hitting home for you, please stop thinking I'll just push through or I don't have time for that. We got to reframe that and start thinking, I see you, right? I see you headache. I see you nausea. How can I recharge myself? How can I truly fill myself back up? How can I hit that pause button and take a second and reclaim my energy, fill myself up, recharge me? So let's get to the goods. How do you actually get your energy back? No fluff, just real ways to start feeling better right now. You can do them today. Are you ready for those? Let's dive into a few of those. One of them is called the power of the 10-minute reset. Okay? This is a beautiful way to recharge yourself. I used to think that I needed a whole vacation to feel better or a weekend getaway. And don't get me wrong, weekend getaways, all for those. Vacations, also all for those. And they're amazing and they do all the things. I totally recommend. But what I really needed and what I really want to share is creating small daily resets during the day. And those can look different for everybody. Mine could be 10 minutes of just closing my eyes, not doing anything, 10 minutes of breathing, 10 minutes of journaling, 10 minutes of walking with nothing but listening to my footsteps on the ground and the birds, because there are a lot of birds in my neighborhood. Setting a 10-minute timer and doing something that recharges you where you feel like, oh man, I feel better. I'm glad I did that. It could be a walk, stretching, deep breathing, sitting in silence or journaling, sitting outside in the sunshine, any of those things. The key is with the 10-minute reset is to completely disconnect, slow down, and reset your nervous system. Okay? Second one I want to share is creating non-negotiable boundaries. So burnout thrives when we say yes to all the things and we try to do all the things and be all the things for all of the people. So let's practice flipping that script together and say things differently when somebody asks you to do something. I can't take that on right now. Or no, thank you. I need a break or a couple minutes before I can commit to that. Can I get back to you, tomorrow? Or no, thank you. Today's a rest day for me. Any of those things. Those are if saying no is hard, because sometimes saying no is hard. So start small, just shift it a little bit, because protecting your time is not a selfish thing. It is necessary for you to not go to burnout land, for you to be able to refresh yourself and get through the day and not lose your over something or snippy at other people or, done. Be done, right? Be open to how you can and where you can protect your time in the day-to-day life. Morning, afternoon, evening, is there 10 minutes somewhere, something like that. Remember to start really small, and then you can make your time bigger. If you want more than 10 minutes and you want 15, if you're starting to do the 10 minutes, awesome. Move up to the 15 minutes if that's what you really need. The only way you're going to know is by sticking a toe in, trying it out, and seeing how that goes for you. And then shifting it around from there. More time, less time, something different. Those types of things, right? Number 3, fueling your body and fueling your mind. Now listen, I know coffee feels like the answer, and sometimes I'll even do it. What am I doing? Why am I drinking another cup of coffee, right? But what your body really needs is hydration and movement and real food. So drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning, for example, or even drinking a glass of water before a meal can help you get your water intake in. Moving your body in a way that feels really good, not as a punishment, but as a recharge, like a little walk. Maybe a quick walk with a friend, or maybe you like to go for a little jog or just the stretching. Something that feels good to you, and to where when you're done also, you're like, oh yeah, I'm so glad I did that. Getting outside and using nature as an energy booster is also really huge. I feel like we underestimate how much it can actually fill you up until you do the thing, until you get outside and listen to the birds in your front yard, or going to the beach and listening to the waves, or going for a hike and maybe there's a river. It doesn't have to be a crazy hike. It can be a smaller one, but listening to the river that's next to you. Try those things out. You don't have anything to lose. There's nothing to lose. To see how better you feel, and then you got something for your recharge time, especially if it's really close to where you are when you need it, right? Whether that's home, work, friend's house, things like that. 4th thing, schedule fun like you schedule work or appointments. This changed my life. We schedule meetings and deadlines and kids' activities, but we don't put in our schedule things like that. Hike, unless it's something that takes all day, but like hike from, 1 to 2, or going for a walk from 1 to 2, or I'm going to stretch for 30 minutes in the morning from 5:30 to 6. Any of those things. We don't put them in our schedules. It's baffling to me. That's like the most important thing to do, but we don't put it in our schedules. Let's try to do something different so things can change, right? So how do we do that? Pick one thing this week that brings you happiness, that brings you fun, and put it on your calendar. Whether that's even calling somebody, hanging out with somebody, going for a walk, whatever those things are. I don't know, dance break. You like doing dance breaks? Turn on some music, dance for a little bit. Coffee date. Maybe you just want to read some of your book that you've really been putting on your nightstand and like, I have to read that. It's sitting there. Maybe it's that. Whatever makes you feel energized, fills you up. Like, yes. Heck yes. Those things. Put those on your calendar. Put one, just one. I can put the link in the show notes for this, but I do have a link to something like this that helps you start putting these things in your calendar to recharge you. It's a free worksheet that I have that's on my website that you can download and have that to try to get this as a routine if you want it. I do want to share a quick story though of someone who turned their burnout around, and they did that by noticing what they were noticing and changing things up. It's one of my coaching clients. We're going to call her Sarah. Okay. So Sarah was totally drowning. She had a full-time job. She has 2 kids. She had no time for herself, constantly going, getting up, work. Her routine was jam-packed full, right? She thought that burnout was just the normal thing because she works and she has kids and she has to do all of the things. This is what just comes with being a busy mom or just being a mom. She thought doesn't everybody feel like this? Like, isn't just the thing you just do and you just go through it and you push through, right? At the same time, she's talking about how she wanted things to be different and how she wanted time for herself. Like, I just want that weekend. I just want time for myself. I just want to be able to recharge, but it felt so far away. It felt out of reach for her. So we worked on small shifts and just sticking a toe into just changing some things around, hitting that pause button and checking things out. She started taking 5-minute breaks instead of pushing through when she was feeling really tired or overwhelmed or there was too much going on. She set one boundary at work, just one, with her time and work time, and immediately felt better. She started going to bed 30 minutes earlier, and within a few weeks, she felt like a different person. She told me, I didn't realize how bad I felt until I started feeling better. And that's the thing. Burnout tricks you into thinking exhaustion, being tired is like the normal thing and just push through. And it's not. You totally deserve better. You deserve more and you can feel better. One little shift and tweak at a time, right? Where you can do that in your day. Where can you do that in your day? Think about where the possibility could be, right? All right, my friend. So let's do a quick recap because there is a ton covered here. And let's be real. Reminders are always good, especially when it comes to feeling better or boosting your week or changing things so you can feel awesome, amazing, and alive again, recharged, right? Burnout is not just being tired. It's a full body depletion. Recognizing the signs early can save you from full shutdown mode, especially for days. Small resets, boundaries, fueling your body, and scheduling activities or things that really bring you that happiness, bring you that fun are your keys to recovering from burnout. And not only recovery, it can help with preventing it in the first place. Recharging you, even for 5-minute chunks, can make a huge difference in your day. Now, if today's episode hit home with you, let me know. Share it with somebody else who may need it. I would love to hear your biggest takeaway from this episode. And if you need a little extra support because things are just a little too overwhelming, grab my free audio guide, 4 Steps to Clear Your Mind and Get Things Done. The link is in the show notes. You are not meant to run on empty. You are meant to thrive and have fun and live, not just get by through the day. Let's start reclaiming your energy one step at a time. And until next time, take care of you. Thank you for listening to today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the conversation, learned something new, or got some gems to take away that will boost your week. I release a new episode each week, so make sure to click that follow button to not miss what is coming next. If you love the show or want to share a story, send me a quick message. I love hearing from listeners. If you know someone who needs this episode in their life, go ahead and share it with them. I'm sure they would love you for it. If you are looking to connect more, check out the show notes for all the social links, my website. I would love to hear how this episode helped you and what you loved about it. If there's a topic you want to hear about, send that too. All right, ladies, now is the time to release your inner power. If you're ready to break free from burnout and create a life that actually feels good, I've got you covered. You can work with me in a few ways. Join my monthly membership for ongoing support, dive into my workshops for quick breakthroughs, book coaching sessions for personalized guidance, or go all in with my Revive and Recharge Your Life coaching program to build a foundation for lasting change. No matter where you are on your journey, there is a path for you, my friend. Let's get started. DM me or check the link in the show notes to get more information.